what are the special customs and traditions of Rosh Hashanah we should know about?
Yeah, one really important
Because
thing.
we were just getting into some of the holidays.
Yeah. One really important
Holy
thing
days.
to remember is the prophetic significance of Rosh Hashanah, right? Because we talked about how the first three biblical holidays of the spring, beginning with Passover, were fulfilled in the first coming of Yeshua, Jesus, right? And these fall holidays are not fully fulfilled until the second coming. So the sound of the shofar is ultimately fulfilled with the return of the Lord. It says, and the trumpet will sound. Well, the trumpet is the shofar. The shofar, the ram's horn will sound, and we will be caught up in the twinkling of an eye.
Amen.
So understanding this is the season to be longing for, to be looking for, to be praying for the day that we will be caught up in the air when the Lord comes for us, right?
Yes.
Amen.
And we'll talk more about that in the teaching session, but the focus of the sound of the shofar is the focus of transformation and of renewal in our lives.
Beautiful.
Right? And so one of the things, there's many traditions that we do on Rosh Hashanah. I mean, on the Jewish New Year, we dip apples in honey to symbolize a sweet new year. Part of the reason why we dip it in honey is because it reminds us, like honey is sticky. We're called to cleave to God and stick to Him.
So good.
Right?
Love that.
Actually, in Hebrew, the word to cleave to God, and that's what Jesus does. He brings us in union with God, right? Is the word devak, right? And it says the husband and wife will cleave to one another, right?
Yes.
In modern Hebrew, that same word for cleaving to God is the word for glued.
Oh.
So when we don't stick to God and stick to our family, we and the world around us becomes unglued.
That is powerful and simple and easy to
And that's what we
understand.
see going on. But there's just like the honey is sweet, there is a sweetness in that connection and relationship to the Lord, to the Word, to one another. Blowing the shofar is the main thing. We blow the shofar 100 times on Rosh Hashanah, on the Feast of Trumpets.
Wow.
And that's significant. Number of 100 is significant. We can get into that sometime. And so to hear the shofar, to blow the shofar, to remind us of creation, because Rosh Hashanah is the birthday of the world. God created man on the sixth day of creation, which is Rosh Hashanah.
Wow.
So part of the reason why we blow the shofar, it's like God breathing life into the first man and woman. The blowing of the shofar is a remembrance of the breath of life.
Yeah.
So blowing the shofar is like God's promise to breathe new life into us. That's why it's connected to the resurrection, the spirit, the breath of God, the bringing to life. And then there's a beautiful ceremony that I encourage people to do, which is called in Hebrew tashlik, and we mention in the book, which is you go to a body of water and you take your bread and you cast it into the water. And the idea is that God will take your sins and throw them into the depths of the seas. Just cast your bread upon the waters, right? And biblically, we know leaven is a picture of sin, right? So the idea of, as we enter into the new season, to clean out the old, to get rid of the old. This is what I want to leave behind in this season. I want to leave this behind in the old to step into the new.